Hey, everybody, welcome to the Big Llama Show. I'm the Big Llama. Thank you so much for joining me. It is Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you are at the most consistent show on all of the YouTuberverse, all of the internets. And this show is done by not only myself, but my co host extraordinaire, Blackout AD. Mr. Blackout AD, welcome to the show, sir.
What's going on, Llama?
Another week.
Yep.
Lots of things happening. Having some fun here with the show tonight, man. I just want to have some fun tonight for sure.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
So just happened.
Did the Cowboys lose?
Yes. I tagged Gabe in an outfit that he would actually wear. It was funny while he was out here. I hit him. He had like a denim jacket with denim jeans, a Cowboys jersey under. I was like, you look even before you got the jersey. I was like, you look like a Cowboy fan just by how you dress. I'm like, that guy likes the Cowboys.
Oh yeah. I mean, listen, man. He's riding with his team. He represents. He is better than I am. I'm a lifelong Dolphins fan, but I stopped buying Dolphins gear like 20 years ago. So, but I don't have and somebody had asked me, like, hey, you watching football this weekend or have you been watching? I'm like, nah, my team's out of the playoffs. I don't care anymore. Tell me who the Super Bowl players are, and then I'll be interested at least for that week.
Yeah, I have zero interest in football. So like, especially at the place I work, it's a big everybody here is Broncos fans. So it's big on football Sundays, like probably one of the busiest days. And I'm just like, I don't care, and I don't see I see the appeal. I like UFC and stuff. So it's like, I get it, but also, yeah, not my thing.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. I get it.
My only football knowledge and talk goes towards Gabe. Anytime.
So you get information just so you can talk with him.
Yep.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Sorry, hey, man. Finish this before this got stale. I literally tried to do it before the intro and I dropped everything. I was like, oh wow.
That's all right, man. That's all right. It's legal in your state, so that should be okay by terms and conditions.
Yeah. Maybe.
Football. Oh, there you go. Chat mom. Chat mom, welcome back to the show. Football is lame.
Football is lame.
Hey, like I said, I played football for many years. I love football and I watched it, religiously for a while. But I kind of got out of it. I just kind of got, it just stopped being that much fun to me. And look, I'll catch a game here and there, but it's just not as appealing as it used to be.
Do you think it's because your kids didn't like it?
I think so. Yeah, I think so because I had no reason to really follow it. My kids didn't really like it that much. But I think you're right. Let's see. Chat mom says they stop every 5 seconds.
Oh man, the GOAT, the retired GOAT.
That's it. He's here. Hercules Outlaw. He says Hercules Outlaw says the real sport of America is redneck golf.
Okay.
What I'm thinking is the good sport, and it's crazy, is that slap sport.
Oh,
power slap.
Well, that's like Dana White's thing, but yeah, just slapping in general. That shit is wild.
Those videos are insane. Like their faces get like this swollen.
Oh, they get open hand slap at full force.
I sometimes have flashbacks to my mom. Open hand slapping me. When I see those slaps, I'm just like, yeah, that's how hard my mom used to hit me. I know it wasn't. I know it wasn't, but like it's like regress trauma. It's in here. Oh, let's see, dude. That slap fight, yeah, is insane. It's a car wreck, right?
Yeah.
You can't look away. You have to watch it. But it's not something I'm like seeking, like, oh, where's the next match? I'm just like, if I see it on the internet, I'll go down the rabbit hole of, okay, let me see these slap videos.
Not me. Definitely not. Like there was one day, because now again, Dana White's doing his like power slap, and that's like an offshoot of the UFC.
Right.
And which is obviously what happened with his, wife.
Yeah,
it's kind of bad. It's kind of bad.
He kind of power slapped the shit out of her.
But the bare knuckle boxing, that shit
throws
me off. I'm like, come on, bro, just put some gloves on. We don't need to do this to each other.
No, my kids watch it. They're like, oh, check this out. And then the dude, I mean, those knockouts are sick.
But yeah, it's just, I mean, they don't really see like street fights in their day, I'm sure.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're like, oh, that's every lunch hour at my old school. Like, that's what we saw.
IRL.
I was in them. Actually, when Kimbo Slice came out with those backyard videos.
See, I think the backyard videos are a little bit more like acceptable just because of the setting. But when you're like in a little ring and stuff,
no, exactly,
it's weird. It's like
no. I mean, Kimbo was in the backyard, and we would be like, because it was in Miami, North Miami area. We would be like, hey, can we figure out where they're filming this, and can we go down there and see it? But all the while, we were like terrified that we would get our ass whooped if we got caught up in there, because I'm sure more than just those two guys fighting happened in there.
No, they always had like little crowds.
Yeah,
so you probably had to know. You probably had to know the people.
Yeah, because I think it was obviously illegal, but yeah, man, those were insane, man. Those were crazy things. So we're gonna talk UFC because again, you didn't have the fight night, and I apologize I couldn't host it for you.
Nobody could. You guys all let me down.
I knew you were gonna say fucking something.
I told Bird, I was like, I asked Llama and Gabe, and they both said no. He said they're not good people, and I was like, I agree.
Well, hold on. I contemplate. I said, okay, if I do it, how can I do it? And I was like trying to figure out, okay, how can I make this work? But at the end of the day, it was. I mean,
in that situation, I just needed somebody to play it, but I think I've gotten the solution for next time. Tangeray lives down the street, so I told him he had plans, and he had like told me before, but I was like, damn, like I could have just told him go to my house, show him how to set it up. He would set the Discord up, set the fight night up, and if he wants to use the camera and talk shit, he can. And Bird will always join. And him and Bird now they're best friends.
Yeah,
Bird has a little crush on him.
Yeah, I think so.
But I mean, they've actually hung out IRL now, so. I was like, damn, that would have been a good idea because even he said, he was like, bro, if I didn't have these plans, I would have went to the setup and just, do it. So I think that's for next time if I don't have like a fight night off for some reason, which going forward, I'll probably like try to get, especially like the John Jones fight, like have to happen.
Yeah, no. The chat mom says I could have. I was sick. And she said I would have been funny as hell though. And then Hercules says he would have hosted it for sure. Hit him up next time.
You told us you retired, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what? We're letting you do your thing, bro.
Let's see. Okay, so I don't know this guy, but this is from the RRR video. This gentleman, I think I've recognized the recommendation because that name is there. Have you ever heard about Sardar Udam movie? No, I have it, but it's on the list because. And we're going to talk about it, but there's a large number of recommendations that came from the RRR reaction, and this one came up several times. I actually have, and I'll show you here, so people know I'm not bullshitting. I have a list of all the reactions. No, I'm saying
it's a blank piece of paper.
The name is there. Look, you see it right there.
Okay.
Sardar Udam, it's there. hold on. Let's do it this way. It's there. I promise you. No, I did an inventory of the comments and things, and yes. So I've heard about the movie. I have not seen it, so it's on my list for sure. Let's see. Chat mom says retirement is fake. This is 2023. Hercules says, yeah, but I'm always down to help a brother out for sure.
Well, I appreciate that. I didn't even send it that way. I told Hen Dog to do it too. He was like, bro, I'm in bed. I was like, all right, well, I'm not asking nobody else, bro. Everybody I asked said no. I was like, no. And then somebody in the Discord was like, you guys having a fight tonight? I was like, not tonight. Not tonight.
Oh, man.
I tried. Trust.
It's a go-to. Let's see. This guy says, so watch it, and I can assure you your heart may bleed. Shit. I don't know if I want that. I'm on heart medicine. Chat mom says 5 tissue box rating with bleeding heart. for sure. Herc says, "Oh no, no bleeding hearts. That's a new rating. we're gonna need something for that." Okay, so can I expect it in this month? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. We'll see. They're demanding. Like, is it gonna happen?
I need it now.
I need it now.
It's my reaction. I need it now. Yo, my boy Tangeray, yes sir. Look at him.
Yeah, two ADs.
I don't know what he's talking about. Maybe the AD on my head.
Well, maybe. So let's talk about the reaction quickly, because you gave me some shit on the text about that I was going to talk about it for 20 minutes. So I'm not going to talk about it for 20 minutes.
We were making fun of you. Bird goes, "What are you guys talking about on the Llama show tomorrow?" I said, "I don't know. Probably his reaction."
Yeah,
he just giggled. I was like, yeah, it's definitely going to be like 20 minutes.
No. Chat Mom, I don't want to miss Chat Mom. She said, we just watched The Lord of the Rings last night. Okay. And she said Herc was a noob.
Wow.
You'd never seen Lord of the Rings.
That's something I feel like she would love.
Let's see. We just watched the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy in one day. Oh my God. Holy shit.
Phenomenal movie.
That's dedication.
I don't even know how you remember any of them.
I mean,
aren't they like 3 hours long?
They're like 2.5, and if you get the extended editions, they're like 3.5, 4 hours. So hopefully it wasn't the extended editions; it's theatrical release. I hope. I mean, they are great movies, and they do hold up. I'm not going to lie about that, because I've still watched scenes from it, and I wanted to rewatch it soon, but I can't commit that much time.
Honestly, didn't like them.
Oh, you didn't like them?
Well, I only seen the first one. I didn't like it, so I never watched the rest. But I saw when it first came out, and I was like, I don't know, it didn't grab my imagination. Like it looked fire, like it looked like a good movie. It's just it wasn't for me.
No, I understand. Let me address Dio. I was just joking. I know you're not demanding. I know you're asking. I'm totally joking about that. So, and yes, the IMDb. I mean, listen, the movies that people have requested, and we're going to talk about that, are really highly ranked, and so they seem like good movies. So we're definitely gonna get there. Let's see. Hercules says, "I saw the first one in theaters when I was 6, and the dude next to me cried when Gandalf died." Spoiler alert!
Yeah, Jesus. What if I was lying and I didn't watch it at all?
Well, you would have known about it at this point. Oh, let's see. Chat Mom says it wasn't even that hard. We've watched full seasons in one day. So good though. No, I mean that's good though. That's good that he's caught up on classic cinema. So, Chat Mom's talking to. I'll remind Llama until he. Yeah, for sure. So
might as well just put on your. Oh yeah, go ahead. Let's go.
No, so, it's been a whole decade. Let's go spoilers. Okay, and they tell me good luck. All right, so RRR, the reaction to that one blew up. It was an amazing. First of all, the movie is it's hyped tremendously, and I saw all the ratings for it. They won a Golden Globe for the song. It's crazy. It's crazy that that it was the hype that much. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to check it out. They won the Golden Globe for the best song, and I'm like, okay, I do have to do this now. I will tell you that I was scared to do it because it literally is 3 hours and 5 minutes. The movie is a 3 hour and 5 minute long movie. And so I'm like, how do I do this? When do I record it? Like I kept debating. And then it wasn't a Dio girl or whoever. Somebody hit me up like in one of my comments. Is like, listen, if you grab this, if you watch this movie, not only will you love it, but it will probably give you your highest rating on your channel. I'm like, okay, that's a challenge. I accept it. So I did it. I started at about 9:30. I ended at about 1 o'clock in the morning, between intermission and I do take a couple breaks here and there. Finished recording it by 1 o'clock in the morning. And the minute I finished recording it, I was ready to start editing. Like that's how good it was I had a great experience with it. And so the movie The movie was phenomenal. I tried to describe it to my family the next morning because I'm like, listen, I stayed up to 1 o'clock in the morning. You guys have to see this movie. And they're like, nah, like, what's it about? And then I was like, well, there's dancing, there's singing, there's crazy kung fu action, there's crazy 80s action, like 80s action movie. There's a epic scenes, like, and that's all I could sort of describe was like everything I saw. And in 3 hours, and it was just a really good story. It was fun, but man, people went bonkers for the reaction. So I'm kind of excited and kind of scared, like, because okay, so that list I showed you, this list right here, most movies on average are 2 hours and 50 minutes average. And some are in the 3 hour mark. And when I tell you that the fan base, like I think there's 300 comments, all of them have the same movies in it. Like, oh, you watch this one, great reaction. Watch this one. And it's almost the same list of movies. And so I'm like, all right. So I owe it to this new fan base to at least do another one, right? So I'm going to commit to 2 more, and then, but I'm going to balance it. It's not going to be like 2 back to back to back to back, because 1, it's a large commitment, but 2, I have another set of fans that have watched other things, right? So if I start just doing one type of reaction, then that becomes, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to vary it, and I think even if I was pissed at your comment a little bit, I was like, because you and I talked about it, not that one comment, but like you and I talked about, that, and you're right. I go to the well, like, fuck it. Like, I love hey, I love
but I know, but I've seen,
me,
right,
you know me
this whole
so well.
time we've done this, every time I say something to you, Llama, there's like, it might be a little hurtful because I'm not like the sugarcoat guy. I just say it. It's like, hey, here's what I think. But this whole time I'm your co-host, so now I know exactly how you go through. You go your ebbs and flows. This movie here, I'm like, this guy's gonna do 5 of these now, and if one of them does not good, he's gonna be like down that week. Like, I already know how you are, dude. So I was like, don't just, and also spread it out. Like, I heard you say in the thing that I was watching a little bit today. I heard you say that most reactors split it up. Now I think maybe going forward, maybe you should do 2 parts of some of these, maybe, because if you're getting reactions, like if you would have did this one part and then released the second part later, then you probably would have had double the numbers. So it's something to consider. I mean, again, I just don't want you to get too high up and then too low down when you do another reaction. It's only like 120, or something.
But and that's the thing. I kind of thought about, like, okay, so the mark, and I so I researched who is it? The Real Rejects, the brother Jabby. His brother does all Indian movies, and he's moved from domestic stuff, and he does some of it, but he does mostly international stuff, and it blew up. Like, but now he's in that niche, right? Like, he does mostly Indian, Asian cinema type movies. A lot of his reactions are to Indian food and this. So he's really kind of dove in and said, this is where I'm going. And with 2 to 3 billion people in that population just in India, like, that's a pretty smart move. But at the same time, like, and I'll tell you this, I enjoyed the reaction. I think I'm going to enjoy these movies. But you're right. Like you kind, again, the thing that tells me because I'm the emotional creator. I will go with my emotion, and you're right. I will be up and down. So when you hit me with like, oh well, okay, I kind of reassessed and said, you know what, I do owe it to this new group that is I mean, it's over 200 plus followers or subscribers, to follow up this one. But at the same time, I can't abandon the folks that have watched me all the time, and that I because I built up a fan base with them, excuse me, as well. So, I'm going to do a little bit of both. I'm going to, grab a couple of those movies that I really want to watch. There's I think 3 that I have that are like I starred on here that I'm definitely going to watch. And then I'm going to mix the other movies in. I had, a silly one, I'm going to Get You Sucker, which is going to be a 100 view, which I don't care, but that's because I want to review it. I want to react to it. I want to see it on the channel.
Yeah, but my thing also was that like what you said, like the dude's brother dove all in.
Yeah.
Now, if you did a bunch of those and your numbers are going crazy like this, you're gonna keep doing them, right? And then
Right.
you would essentially have to only do those movies, or your channel's not gonna do, because you're gonna get to a point where it's like, I have to do these
Yeah. Oh
because
no, that's what I'm saying. I want to balance it. I do want
yeah,
to dive
yeah.
into this. Yeah, I
That
want
that
to
was
dive.
that was like my initial thought when I said
Yeah.
that text was like, I don't want him to put himself in a hole either where he has to do these movies from now on. But
Yeah.
it was crazy because I was, me, I number watch you all the time. So I'm like, especially when you get hype and you're like sending me messages of the numbers first. So I'm like, all right, let me just keep track. And when I got home at like whatever, it was like probably like 11 my time, I was playing games with Bird and I told him it was like 7,000. And then an hour I checked and it was like 8.5 thousand. I was like, what the hell? And then like at 3 in the morning, I checked, it was like 10K. I was like, oh my God. And then I think
Yeah.
I checked like this morning, it was like 16 or something. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. And then somebody like because what I did was once I released it and I saw the traction it was getting, I said, well, I'm going to respond to comments. I'm gonna have fun with this because it was fun to. It was I mean it was like an avalanche of comments that's just coming in. So I went and I sat through and I read comments. I responded to people. But yeah, the numbers were just like something stupid. Like I was just like, what in the world is happening? Like how is this possible?
All right. So what I care about is how, because this is the first video that blew up, because when you had your stint where all your videos were blowing up, that was before you're monetized. So I'm kind of
Yeah.
curious from like the insider perspective of like what the numbers did monetize now. Like what they
Well,
did now that you're monetized. I mean, sorry, my English is no good.
oh no. So what's funny is the movie passed copyright with no problems. When I hit 5,000, they hit me with three holds. And I was like, "Oh, you got to be kidding me!" Like I had left, making sure it was clear, hit me with three holds. But I'm disputing those holds, and I removed the music on one, and I'm disputing the other two. So I'm still waiting to see what dollar wise this does as an impact for one video to hit at this rate. But yeah, it seems like the image from the image perspective, it seems to be clear. It's music. It's all music, and it's like this much sliver. It's like 10 to 15 seconds of like a background song, and they got me for those. But I am definitely curious to see what this does money wise. But again, it was one of those things where like it's a surreal moment, right? Like it happened. It was happening, and then I dove in and I was researching the director. I was looking at previews for other movies. I'm like, you know what, this might be fun. This might be fun. But then at the same time, no. And then, as I said, Jabby was my wake up call. It was like, damn, Jabby went all in. I can't go all in because at some point I like doing movie series, but like James Bond, for example.
Yeah.
My idea is not to do them consecutively. It's to have them in the background so that I can do them every 2 or 3 movies. I'll grab a James Bond movie because there's like 15 of those movies.
Mm-hmm.
Or else I become the James Bond channel, right? So no, I mean, listen, I'm excited. It was good. It was fun. I kind of hit the wave. This is how I can explain it. I hit the wave after the Golden Globes. With 2 or 3 hour with 3-hour movies, the editing is hard. But it's hard and it's not. Like this movie had so many points where nothing was really happening. It was more visuals that I can chop it. It was easy to chop. So like I chopped this one faster than any other movie, but I was also excited about the movie. I also liked the movie. So but yeah, man, it's crazy. It was somewhere in the neighborhood of almost 200 subs just for this video alone. which is insane, and it's only been out for a day and a half. So anyway, So yeah, that's. I think I'm gonna do one more. There's one more on the docket, and then I'm gonna record 2 tomorrow. I'm gonna record my regular movie reaction that I wanted to record, and then one an Indian movie, and edit those and put them out as they come out. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, man, the fan base is rabid, man. Like they are like not they're not vicious. They're very courteous, but they're very demanding. Like they're like, you got to do this one, you got to do this. And every single person had like a long list, and there's like 4 movies that kept showing up on the list. So it's interesting. Funsky has a comment. He says, "Hey, buddy, love your RRR reaction."
Nice.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, Funsky. I'm glad you enjoyed it for sure. And Chat Mom says, "Boondock Saints." I need to do Boondock Saints. So let's put that on the list. So it's going on the list. Now, so we're going to stop talking about it because I don't want to spend 20 minutes on it.
You spent 10 already. We can keep going if you want.
10. No.
Keep going if you want to.
No.
What was your favorite part of the movie?
You suck. I love the whole thing, man. But honestly, it's for sure. It's the over the top action. It's a really good story, but like the shit they do is just over the top ridiculous. That it's fun. It's fun to watch, and it's and it doesn't. And this is the test, right? Like I watched it. I watched it back here, so it's smaller screen. I kind of don't have the full immersive experience.
Yeah.
So I told Big Poppy, he was home from work, and it was like 11 o'clock at night. I go, hey man, let's watch this movie for about an hour before you go to bed. Like let's just watch it real quick. I want to start getting into it. I said, let's watch it. So we got into about an hour through. I was like, all right, wait till this sequence, then we'll turn it off. We get to the sequence, and him again, tired. He had just worked. He was ready for bed. He was exhausted. He's sitting there and he's like, no. Can we watch a little bit more? Can we watch a little bit more? Can we watch a little bit more? And we got up to 1 o'clock in the morning, and we're about halfway through the whole movie. And I said, Angel, this is the intermission point. Can we stop here? And he's like, no, I want to see what happens next. So he was a younger demographic, a younger guy whose attention span is not as sort of as good as mine. And he was into it. So again, the hype is there's some things you have to understand about the movie, and it's pretty clear in the storytelling, because otherwise you start nitpicking. You go, oh, that looks like this and this looks like that. It's actually a really, really good movie. Let's see. Apart from the song, what is the difference between Indian and Hollywood movies? Well, I would say I had a preconceived notion of what like Indian Bollywood. I thought it was Bollywood, and I was listen. First of all, the language, the language. I got corrected like profusely in the comments. I said because I went to Netflix, and Netflix had it in. It's called Hindi, and Hindi is a re-recording of the Telugu, which is the actual language. So I got corrected on that. But anyway, the difference between Indian and Hollywood is that I think Indian movies are they go for it. Like they like there's shit you want to see in Hollywood movies, but they play it safe. But I think the difference is I don't know the politics of India, right? So I can enjoy the story without saying, "Oh, that's political." This versus like a Hollywood movie, you kind of can tell when they're telegraphing some shit. So. But yeah, I would tell you it was like watching Captain America Civil War. It was up there, man. It was up there with that. Let's see. Funsky says, I've opened up Pandora's box. Let's see what he says here. You've opened up Pandora's box reacting to RR. Your subscription is going to blow up soon. I know, because I can't I come from an Indian background. Oh, okay, Funsky. Yeah, man. I like I said, they're a huge fan base. They're a huge fan base, but again, I'm gonna treat it with respect, and I'm gonna make sure that I don't burn out my channel with it. So, all right, did I hit 20 minutes? Did I beat you guys?
No.
Okay, good.
If I didn't say that, we would have kept talking. You know it.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so And Funsky, let me know what questions you have, man. I'd be happy to answer them. Now, I know last week we were going to talk about The Last of Us. Did you happen to catch the first episode?
I'm not watching that shit.
You're not watching? Why?
No.
Why are you watching The Last of Us? Why are you against it?
I'm not playing the games. I don't care about it. It's not for me.
Well,
it looks cool, but I'm not gonna watch it for sure.
I mean, listen. I haven't played the games, and so that's great because like I don't know what the story is going to be. First of all, chat mom says let Llama talk go over 20 minutes. No, it's not that I won't go over 20 minutes, chat mom. Is that they made it a point that I was going to talk more about this, and they were kind of like kikiing about me talking about it. So I want to prove them wrong.
I wish you were there so you heard it live. Because the jokes were hitting.
I'm sure.
By the way, I've been inviting Llama to play video games for the last week and a half. Every time he ducks me.
Hold on. He invites me at 1:45, almost 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right after you finish this movie. Boom. Some game session with the friends.
Hercules says, LOL, why not AD? And then he followed up with AD with a mid take.
I don't think it's a mid take. I just don't want to watch it. Everybody's like, oh, The Last of Us. I don't care. It's like the 90s show. I don't care about that either. I did watch some of it, but I'm not.
We could talk that 90s show because I watched the whole series, but
I had to stop at some point because I was like, all right, it
is kind of silly.
The newer version of that 70s show. It's pretty cool, but it's not.
It's not the same. It's not the same. All right, so chat mom says that's a me and Herc show. Okay. And we definitely going to watch that show. So Hercules says, the game was tremendous when it first released, and I have yet to play the second one, but the show looks really well shot. And Hercules says, oh man, I'm not ready for that 90s show. No, so I'll give you my take on The Last of Us as someone who hasn't played the games, and I don't know anything about the story. Hold on. Chat mom says, wait, AD, have you been streaming?
No,
because my phone broke. Don't have Twitch on this phone.
No. 2 more weeks and I'm out of school. And then it's back.
Then it's back to the grind.
No, it's over.
So again, I didn't know about the story, so the story was brand new to me. So it was fun. It was fun to like see the story develop, and the premise is interesting. It's obviously zombie apocalypse type shit, but the way that they sort of structured how it happened was very smart, and how they put together the fungus does this and it grows, and they had a 10-minute segment of a TV show just kind of talking about how viruses spread. And it was like, wow, like that makes sense. Like in my brain, I'm like, that makes sense. And so I was like, yeah, no, this is good. And so the story looked good. The action looked good, and it was tense. And it's the guys who did the show Chernobyl, which got a lot of rewards. I didn't watch that show, but I heard that's a really, really good show. So the first episode to me was great. Like it was great. It was fun. It was not fun, but it was like, it pulls you in. It pulls you in for sure. But how it moves on, I'm a little bit afraid because I haven't watched The Walking Dead. Like The Walking Dead, the first 2 seasons of that were like near damn perfect. Like it was great. And then it got ridiculous. So I'm not saying that this show will do that, but like I've seen some gameplay, and the zombies look like Resident Evil, and the fucking, they start like, capping, soldiers and shit like that. So I'm kind of like, when you get to that part, I hope it keeps the same tension, right? But I don't know. That's my take. I thought it was great. I'm actually looking forward to the next episode, but I'm afraid it might get stupid. But again, I don't know because I don't know the story. I mean, it was emotional. It was an emotional first episode for sure. But Angelo had played the game and he knew what the story was. And so when we watched it, he was kind of waiting for my reaction. And I was like, man, that was pretty good. He's like, yeah. He's like, pretty close to the game. I was like, all right, well, that's good. Let's see what's in the chat here. Funsky wants to let me know, hey, Big Llama, you take it slow with the Indian movies and let the Indian people know this is not a main focus of your channel. They can be very sensitive. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying like I will do one more because it's it's something that I like to give back, but at the same time, I know I cannot keep going to that well or else I become that channel. So we'll see. We'll see. Hercules. Woo. And Chat Mom says, I love an apocalypse. Yeah, I mean, it's again, they did a great job of like setting the scene for it. But
I mean, just from the reaction online, like people clearly liked it because I didn't see any complaints on it. I seen a lot of good praise though. So sounds like they did good. It's just, I don't care.
No, I think the biggest takeaway I got from it, obviously, is the people who played the game are enjoying it, right? And that's good because they're very picky. But they're saying, casuals like me who have never played the game are watching the show. Like that's a sign that the show is pretty good outside of the gaming world, which is good.
Oh yeah, but it's definitely like what do you call it? It hit the atmosphere, if you will.
Yeah.
Like everybody's talking about it. It's all over the place.
But
that's partially why I'm not watching it either. I'm not a follower, Llama.
No, and that's here's the thing is like I thought it was a good show. I wasn't gushing about it. I wasn't telling 50 people about it. I was just like, oh, it's a really good show. I can't wait to watch the next episode. But I wasn't like
it was also the first episode, so it could probably get really good.
Right. I was like, oh my, like again, I'm not at that point where I'm like, oh my God, you have to watch this. I'm more like, it was good. I thought it was good. It was entertaining, but I love Pedro Pascal, man. That guy says he gets, I think, paid more for just looking in a scene than he does for anything. He doesn't use many words in his acting. It's like the Mandalorian, like he's under a fucking helmet. You don't even know if it's him. But it's kind of the same. He doesn't really say a whole lot in the first episode. But he conveys that with his expressions and with his acting. So it was still, again, it was very entertaining. So you're not going to watch it, AD. So it's okay.
Yeah.
I'll give the updates on a weekly basis. So I'm going to watch the episode probably tomorrow, and then I'll give everyone the update next Sunday or what I thought of episode.
Mark
2.
My words, episode 3 is done. He's not even going to mention it on the next episodes 4 week. He's not even going to mention it. Watch.
Maybe it depends. You know me so well.
I spent a lot of time with you this past year, dude.
I know. I think we know each other like a little too well, man. I think this is going to be interesting for sure as we continue. Let's see.
You can talk Scream now if you want.
Yeah, I did. You know what?
I'm excited.
I haven't even watched the trailer for that one because of you kind of knocked me down a peg on it. So I was like, fuck this. I'm not even going to watch this movie. I need to go see the other movies before I even start investing myself in this new Scream.
I told you just got to watch the last one.
I know what I'm saying. I'm going to watch the last one and then I'm going to start getting into this one. But I didn't even watch the preview. I should.
Yeah. The movie's coming out, dude. Come on. You got to put your content brain on. Light bulb.
Sometimes it's just like, what do I want to watch tonight? You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Chat Mom says, my brother just texted asking if I'd watched it yet. Trying to get him to the show, but he's a huge fart knocker and probably won't. Let's see. Funsky says, Last of Us started well. Let's hope HBO doesn't pull a Disney on us. Yeah, but
we talk about this all the time. HBO is definitely the best at doing original content. Now, well, this is technically not original because it comes off the game, but I'm talking about like their streaming content series, and not even streaming. Their series content is bar none better than pretty much anybody's. So
yeah,
I don't see them really messing it up, to be honest.
No, and the good thing is that they're on HBO, so they're not worried about the family aspect or changing anything to make it, because I'm pretty sure the storylines are pretty. And here's the other thing too, which is bad on their part for the casuals, but they gave you a preview of the rest of the season, like at the end of the first episode.
Remember, it's a game.
No, that's what I'm saying. But like I said, I didn't know anything. Like I would have loved the reveal of what the zombies and the things look like. But like and they're like coming up on this season of Last of Us, and then it's like the zombie like shows itself this and this. And I'm like, oh, but I get it. It's because it was a game. People know it already, and they're not really spoiling it because people know how this is going to end. But for a casual like me, I was like, oh well, I guess we're going to see that. And that's what.
They're
But that's
definitely
what
not
got
making
me.
it for a casual, I don't think, though, right? Like they're
No, no,
making
no,
it for
no.
the people who played the game, and they're making it good enough that it catches a casual's attention. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like think about all video game adaptations. They're pretty shit, right? So when you look at, I mean, Mortal Kombat for an example, this last one, if they would have like made the second one back to back, you know how like some people do, they record 2 movies back to back or whatever. And I said record film, but and at the end they gave us like a trailer of like what that would look like. That would get the audience even more hyped than anything. Or like the Power Rangers movie when they could like if they continue the storyline and like give us like a little glimpse of like what the next thing would be. That would be way more like how you say, like I don't know, it's not cliffhanger, it'd just be way more like, here, we're giving you what you want type of thing. That's what at least that's what I'm looking at. We've never seen a video game adaptation do that. So that's kind of cool because now they're, they don't have to worry because that's the thing. Like if it didn't come out, it's like, yeah, it's good. But like, what if they wanted the zombies to look like the people who play the games are like, the zombies have to look a certain way, right?
Yeah.
And they saw it and it didn't look the certain way. It would ruin the show, right? But they were obviously confident enough to be like, it's pretty close to this shit that we could show it and it's gonna satisfy them and ease that thought. Because until they show it, there's gonna be like talks of like, well, what is this gonna look like? Or what is this gonna look? And you didn't see none of that. It was very clear, like they're going pretty close to the game. And I mean, that's what I've seen all over the internet, was just like game shots and the show shots. And that's what you want if you're making a video game thing. Think about it. Mortal Kombat, there was no like, oh wow, look at how good Scorpion looks to the game.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But so it's good. And now I've not talked to Tan B before, but welcome, Tan. That's the best part of The Last of Us. It tells you everything and still tells the best story. Okay. I can see that. Again, it didn't ruin it for me. I just thought that would have been more impactful for me as a casual viewer. But I get it. I'm not mad at it at all because I don't know the story still. I don't really know what's supposed to happen. So I'm okay with the reveal. The fear I had when I saw it was only that it ramps up pretty high on the zombie thing, where it's like it could be as stupid as what Walking Dead got to, and that's what I'm worried about. But I could be completely wrong, and that's all. So let's see. For Funsky had a question here: is which Indian film were you watching next? If I knew how to say it,
this counts as time to the 14 original minutes.
I think it's Bahubali. Bahubali is the next series. It's a chapter 1, the beginning, and then there's a chapter 2, the conclusion. So I'm watching that one.
Interesting.
That one's going to be a two-parter at minimum, maybe 3, because that's 2 different movies, but I have to chop them. There's no way I'm going to be able to watch it all. Let's see. Chat Mom says, bro, why didn't they make another Power Ranger movie? It's beyond me. That movie was so good. I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
I don't know if it was so good, but it was definitely sequel worthy.
For sure. It was.
Yeah, I think so. At least give it a chance.
I like the characters. I like the characters they introduced. Like I liked the new Rangers, and I liked the way that they did it. It was good. And but yeah.
Well, I know why they didn't, because right after that movie came out, there were like talks of doing it, obviously, because they teased the Green Ranger. And I think it was like good enough in the box office that they would have done it. But at the same time, I think, was it like Hasbro or Bandai, whatever company owned them previously, sold them. So they just decided to reboot everything.
Yeah.
But that's the reason why we didn't get it. It wasn't like they probably would have made it if they kept it, but they sold all the Power Ranger shit. That's why like there's like a 30th anniversary or some shit for Power Rangers on Netflix.
No, for sure. Now we got some other comments here. And we're going to get some more Power Rangers talk. Hercules says, it goes to show the video game stories can rival Hollywood stories and hold up well. I'm excited to see where it go with it. Yep, that's for the Last of Us.
Mortal Kombat did that. What are you talking about?
Annihilation. That's what we're talking about.
Even that movie. The movie just sucked. But the story was cool.
Yeah. I like Mortal Kombat, man. It's one of
Mortal Kombat lore is amazing. It is. About?
Let's see. Now we got Power Rangers talk on these next like eight chats here.
I love Power Rangers.
Hercules says, "Ooh, the White Ranger was a classic, though."
Yeah, my favorite.
Big Poppy Angie joined us and said, "Yo, what's up?" I know he just got off of work not too long ago.
Is that why he's not on the show anymore?
Yeah, he's been working in school and everything, so he's been busy.
I thought you fired your own son.
I would never fire my son. He's always welcome.
Side note, I thought I got fired today. Llama sent me the invite at 7:59 my time. I was like, wow. I was like, this is what COD players feel like when they get dropped and they find out their team picked up another player and they're just like, oh wait, I didn't get the invite today.
And by the way, I after 3 days of you guys trying to play with me, I saw Birdie online. I joined his lobby and he left the game without saying a word. He just left. So anyway, let's see.
Managing.
So Tam B must know chat mom. He said, Tanner, are you watching it weekly? You're not going to wait until the season is over. Okay.
I believe, brother.
Maybe.
Yeah. I could be wrong. I could be an idiot.
I'm just going down the chat. I'm actually behind on the chat. That's pretty good. Let's see. Hercules is welcoming Big Poppy Angie to here, and now he said, "Green is my favorite Ranger of all time." Big Poppy Angie said.
Listen, my favorite Ranger of all time. I got like a top 10.
You got top 10 of Rangers?
Yeah, 100%. I watched Power Rangers until I was like, I was definitely having sex, and I was still watching Power Rangers. yeah, for sure.
That's all right. That's all right. There's no shame in that game.
No, I know, obviously.
Rip to the Goat Ranger. Okay.
Yeah, we never talked about it.
No, we didn't. We just like glossed over it.
We were like, yo, we're gonna have a segment on this. I was like, I got so much to say.
And then we never talked about it. Say Power Rangers was so good, and the Green Ranger tease really had me, man. Yeah, I mean that was
supposedly it was gonna be a girl again.
Oh, okay.
Because the Rita Repulsa was the Green Ranger already, which that made me upset.
We're revisiting old feelings.
Mm-hmm. Not a good addition.
Tan says, "Rip the White Ranger." Tommy was my boy. Yeah. For real. Big Poppy Angie. Let's see. The first Power Rangers movie.
That's
the best.
That's what you call it. That's a Be Kind Rewind right there. I think I said that. I'm pretty sure I said that. But yeah, that would be a good one because that's a classic movie. I was watching like the fight where they had in like the construction site.
Oh,
like the first time they morphed. Yeah, that was good stuff.
Yeah, and I remember the villains being so over the top and like silly, but like it was a great movie. It was fun. I think I have it on DVD. I think I still have it on DVD here. Let's see. Tommy was for the people. So we're doing our Tommy tribute weeks after his passing. Let's see. Hercules says Mortal Kombat paved the way, but no quote is better than Shang Tsung saying, "Your soul is mine," with those crazy eyebrows.
No, the dream.
Exactly. That was Liu Kang, though. That was a good Liu Kang for sure.
Yeah.
And every time I see him in other movies, I'm like, Liu Kang.
They were all. Cameron Diaz was supposed to be in that movie. They were all good though. They were all like, I don't know. And Sonya was kind of annoying, but Sonya is also kind of annoying in the games as well.
Yeah, she is.
She reminds me of Ronda Rousey for real. I know they made her into the character, but like she really did.
Yeah. But I like the actress who played her. She was hot, and then she stopped being in movies. Big Poppy says, remember the Power Rangers with the phone? Was the best toy I had as a kid. Yes, I remember that one because it kept making noise and kept buying batteries for that stupid thing. And I think it's in my closet right over here. I might have to get all my Power Ranger stuff out. And I think Big Poppy Angie has a picture of himself as a Power Ranger dressed up for Halloween. Oh no, Tan says now I got to go watch Mortal Kombat.
I've been wanting to watch the recent one, but every time I say I'm going to watch it, I'm like, I'm not going to sit down and watch this.
Which one? The HBO one that came out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've only watched it one time.
And that was for our show, right?
Yes, that was the only time I watched it. I haven't watched it since. I haven't even looked up leaks or anything. I'm like, no.
I have to do a live movie night watch, and we just got to watch a couple different movies and set them up. And Mortal Kombat needs to be one of those, whether it's the old one or the new one. Maybe Power Rangers, and I don't know. Maybe we'll have to do something. We gotta have some fun with that for sure. Get a nice panel of.
You just call it Be Kind Rewind, dude.
No, I'm talking about actual live watching.
I know that,
all of us.
You just
Be Kind Rewind movie night.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we can do that.
Come on, man. This is what I do.
Exactly. That's why I need you here. I need to keep me on my shit.
This guy would have just called it a live, no branding, no cross promotion.
No, exactly. Come on. Let's see. Chat Mom says it could be anybody, but it's also my brother.
That's what I said. Dr. Ooze.
Dr. Ooze.
Oh yeah. Lean.
And that the Red Hot Chili Pepper soundtrack was fire, or was bacon?
Was crispy.
Crispy. Okay. Sorry, that shows my old. Power Rangers is the reason why millennials are dramatic. It's morphin' time. Oh yes, we got Red Hot Chili Peppers. Big Poppy Angie says I was the Green Ranger for Halloween. That's right. That's right. Let's see. The question from Funsky is, are you guys watching Knock at the Cabin? Looks interesting, but M. Night's films can be hit or miss. It looks interesting until you get to the part where the reason that they're doing the killing is for the apocalypse. That's when you lose me. I'm off. That's from what I gathered from the trailer. One of you must die, and you have to make a decision who it is, or it's the end of the world. That's where you kind of fucking lose me. It's like give me some stakes. Give me, a Saw type thing where it's in order to get out, you got to do this. Give me that type of. But when you say it's going to end the world if you don't kill one of you guys here.
Well, what if they don't? It ends the world, dude. What higher stakes is that?
No, but what I'm saying is it seems far fetched. I don't know that to me that doesn't make sense.
That person has superpowers. He likes making things with superpowers, man.
He does, but I think it.
And Dave Bautista's in it. Come on.
Yeah, well,
he's definitely got superpowers.
Yeah, and I just watched that Glass Onion with Knives Out with Dave Bautista. That shit was good. Let's see. I definitely want to see that Funsky. Yeah, no, it looks interesting. Actually, Knock at the Cabin reminds me of what it's going to be like when I go visit Hercules at his house. Oh, we saw the menu recently, and it was so much fun. Oh God, I saw the menu too, man. I didn't get the ending, but it was fucking interesting. You couldn't turn your head from that movie. So that's another good one for sure.
I almost went to go get popcorn and watch that.
Did you? It's on streaming service.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know. I saw a review and I was like, that's popcorn worthy.
No, it's it was good. No, we caught it. Big Poppy was watching it. He started watching it. He was 10 minutes in, and I'm walking by the kitchen. I'm like, what's this about? And before I know it, I'm sitting on the couch watching the whole movie. Same thing with Mama Llama. She was sitting on the couch just kind of killing time. Mm-hmm. And she was on her phone, and then she 5-10 minutes in, she's like, what is this about? And then before you know it, her phone is down and we're all watching this movie. So it was a pretty good movie. The ending, like I said, I don't understand it still. But interesting to say the very least. And maybe if you're a foodie or a chef, like that, the movie would like be even more interesting for you as well because there's some food references and shit.
You don't say.
The menu.
The menu. Yeah, I wonder. Oh wow, I thought it was about cars.
AD, I always hit you with a shut the fuck up. So here, shut the fuck up, man. There's always one. There's always one per show. That's the one. Let's see, Funsky, you're not wrong, man. That does sound good though. Yeah, Chat Mom says the menu was so funny. It was dope.
She would think it's funny.
Hercules says, "I'm not killing you, Llama." So the world is gonna end. You're not gonna kill Chat Mom. So either the world ends or I'm getting a bullet. That's all that's happening. Just do it while I'm sleeping. I make no promises about the Bears, though. I see. That's that cocaine bear. That's when we have to see that one.
I'm watching that shit.
Hercules says that style of movie has been on the rise lately, and I'm here for it. Okay. It's so weird and phony. And he says big homie would love it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's see. Hope M. Night doesn't hit us with another ridiculous twist at the end.
Yep. He will though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and that's why when you say it's the apocalypse, like, we'll see. We'll see what happens. What was supposed to be funny, the menu. I guess. I thought it was creepy. I thought it was like weird. I didn't think it was funny, but
I don't think it's supposed to be funny.
I don't think it is. I mean, maybe the Chat Mom, it was funny. She's like, look at these people getting killed. It was like you can't turn your head. That's for sure. I will say that for sure. Oh man. All right. What else? All right. So we got some Power Ranger talk. We got the menu. We got into a lot of stuff. What else we got to talk about, man? UFC, right? UFC had to.
Yeah. There's no fight night.
There was no fight night.
My friends don't love me, or the Discord that we cultivated together. It's all good though. Hey, it was what UFC 283, first card of the year. All right, so I didn't watch it. Honestly, I didn't even watch it live. Oh no, my computer.
Uh-oh.
Nah, it's just my screens. So I didn't watch it live. I was just like, Bird was feeding me the information of what was happening. But I did catch the co-main event and the main event, which to me were probably the whole reason we had. Like, oh wait, before I go, Jose Aldo got inducted to the Hall of Fame, which was a beautiful moment. He was tearing. He was in the crowd. He was definitely tearing up, and it was in Brazil, so in front of his home crowd.
Oh, okay. You found out there. Okay.
Yeah, Shogun Rua retired in front of his home crowd, which legend to the game, definitely future Hall of Famer, not probably, definitely future Hall of Famer. So that was dope to see. I know Johnny Walker won in like spectacular fashion. Gilbert Burns won in like 4 minutes. So now that's interesting for the 170 division because you got Usman, Leon Edwards coming up in London. And he was saying Gilbert Burns was saying, because Gilbert Burns, I believe, probably is like 5 off the top of the head in the division right now. And so he called out Bilal Muhammad. He called out Colby Covington, which would be a good fight because Colby Covington's probably number 3 and probably next in line. If Edward wins, Colby Covington's probably next in line to fight for the belt. If he gets a win, I would think. So that shakes up the 170. But co-main event was Davison Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno 4, which you never see. I don't even know quadrilogy. I don't know what you would. I don't know what you would call that, but
number 4.
Yeah, they fought for the 4th time. And Brandon Moreno dominated. In my books, he was up 3 rounds to at least. I wasn't watching because I was like literally closing, but I had my earphones in. So I was listening to the fight, but from what it sounded like, he was up 3-0, and he basically like punched Figueiredo, but like his thumb hit the guy's eye and like swolled up his eye, which it was like a legal punch. It just so happened that the knuckle hit the eye.
Oh,
So it shut his eye, and Figueiredo tried to like pause the fight because he thought he got poked in the eye, but it was like a clear punch. And they ended up stopping it in the third round. It was like a doctor stoppage. They were like, yo, he can't even open his eye. So that's how that one. I was happy because I like Moreno. I thought he lost the last fight they had, and it was still like a close fight, but Figueiredo like kind of put it on him a little bit. So to see him like, you know, win the belt, lose the belt to the same guy, and then have to fight him for the fourth time, like their whole thing was crazy because the first fight was a draw. Second fight, Moreno becomes the first Mexican champion. Figueiredo takes the belt back.
I say the third fight he loses, right?
Yep. And then in the fourth fight he wins, and he does it in a dominant fashion. I mean, there was only like one time where it looked like he got like an ankle lock, I would think. I forgot what it looked like, an ankle lock to me. But he had the leg. Figueiredo had the leg, and it looked very deep, but Moreno got out of it. That was the only time he was like really in trouble. So that was dope. It wasn't like, to me, Moreno winning the first time was like one of the most emotional like times somebody won a belt. But this time it looked like it was like he knew it was gonna happen. He was like very like even with it. So it was dope to see. But the main event was crazy. Have you seen any of these, by the way?
No, I haven't. No, I honestly, and I was gonna watch the recaps before the show, but I just ran out of time. Funsky's got a comment there for you. I don't know how to say this guy's name. Is it Teixeira?
Teixeira is a legend, 43, and went head-to-head 5 rounds with 31-year-old top contender. Head-to-head's kind of iffy because he got beat up pretty bad. I'm gonna be honest. Like, all right, so I watched like the last 3 rounds, like at my setup, and I was actually like sitting watching it. So I went back and watched the first 2 rounds to make sure like I got the whole perspective. Listen, I knew. Listen, Birdie goes, Figueiredo's gonna win, Teixeira's gonna win, and he's like, I put $50 on it, and I laughed.
Oh shit!
And I was like, he's losing all that money because they're both gonna lose. Like I knew. Now Teixeira's 43, right? That's what you said, 43. Damn, I thought he was like 44. He's the second oldest champion, and he had the belt last time, but he fought Yuri Prohaska, and they went to war. And you know, like anybody that goes to war, especially in the UFC, they always say like it takes something out of you every time you go like that crazy. Like I'm talking about, he was winning the fight and then lost in the 5th round. You know, like it was a war. Like those guys were going head to head, and you know he looked slow in there yesterday. Jamal Hill, I was watching his highlights the night before, and it was funny because I was like, yo, his stance looks good, but I was like, he's missing a lot of opportunities for kicks. And in last night's fight, there was at least a point where he kicked Teixeira like 2 or 3 times in a row, like literally, pow, pow. And I was like, that's what you needed right there. So Jamal Hill looked like he was on his game. Now he has one of the best nicknames he's called Sweet Dreams because he knocks people out. But Teixeira was not going away. In the 4th round, there was like at least a minute and a half, 2 minutes where he's just piecing Teixeira up, and you're like, in my head, and I think in everybody said, it was like, stop the fight. Like he's getting, because also I think if the guy was younger, if Teixeira was younger, we wouldn't be like, yeah, you know, stop the fight. But since we kind of, at least in my head, I was like, I know he's old. Like he's taking an ass whooping right now, and he kind of hurt Jamal. Like he swelled his eye, definitely like hit him with a couple good shots. His wrestling wasn't as effective as like a lot of people were saying it going into the fight. Like that was gonna be the equalizer because everybody knew Jamal Hill was faster. Everybody knew Jamal Hill had like better stand up. Teixeira's ground game and like the way he gets on full mount and like postures on people is unbelievable, especially for his age, and he has good jiu-jitsu. So it was like, this guy, you know, if it goes to the ground, it's gonna be dangerous. But every time he went to the ground, it looked like, you know, he did his homework. And after the 4th round, this is where it's like being tough and like, I don't know, like being at that age and like taking a beating like that. In the 4th round, in the 5th round starts, Teixeira comes out, takes him down, gets on top, and you like, in my head, I'm like, oh no, don't let this be like where he starts taking over, because that would be very legendary. He just got his ass whooped, and then he takes over the fight. But Jamal Hill again gets out of it and just continues to put the beats on him, and before this was the weirdest like belting because it was for a vacant belt, right?
Okay.
And bro, it was like Jamal Hill starts crying because he knew he won. Like, you know what I mean? Like immediately starts yelling, like going crazy.
I mean,
Teixeira's like bleeding everywhere.
His corner probably told him like, "Hey, you're winning this match." I don't know.
I mean, no, I think everybody knew he was gonna win. But I'm saying it's weird because they go, Bruce Buffer goes, and then the guy puts the belt on him immediately. Like he doesn't even like wait till he announces his name. So it was like could have been any. Somebody made a joke was like, what if he goes and still or whatever because Glover was already the champion beforehand. So it would have been funny if like they put the belt on the wrong guy.
Exactly. It'd be embarrassing.
But he beat his ass for 5 rounds pretty much. Teixeira, the thing was like most people probably would have went to sleep, like the way he was getting his beatings. But at the end of it, Teixeira retires because he was 43, and that's probably his last chance at the belt. I think honestly, he probably would have retired after he won the belt, and I think that would have been terrible for. Would have been terrible because they would have to do this again.
Retire as but you retire as champion. That's awesome. I mean, that's got to be an awesome feel.
No, but for the company, dude. This was a vacant belt, and the guy gets the belt and retires. Like, as a fan, you don't want to see that. You want to know who the champion is and what the next fight's gonna be. Right. So I was like, it's good that he got his ass beat because he would have retired for sure. And he made a interesting statement though. So he trains Alex Pereira, who beat Israel Adesanya. And Alex Pereira is a really big guy, so there was talks that like he should be at light heavyweight, but he wasn't because he trains with Glover, and Glover was a champion. And now, at the end, Glover like confirms like he's probably gonna move up. So that's gonna be interesting because now if he fights, he has to give Izzy another shot. But if Alex goes up as the champion of 185, he could possibly, and he has the skills to do it. I mean, Jamal Hill looked really good last night. Against a faster striker, it would be a crazy fight. Like somebody's going to sleep. But
yeah,
I definitely see them fighting in the future, Pereira, and I think Pereira's gonna go and try to get that light heavyweight belt now and bring it back to his gym.
Now, Funsky's got a follow-up question, but before we get to the follow-up question, I just want to embarrass Herc a little bit. His chat mom says, remind you guys real quick. Herc kept calling Legolas from Lord of the Rings Bo Daddy all throughout the movies yesterday. Just wants to make sure that you guys know that. Let's see. Funsky has the question follow up on UFC's talk. And he's like, do you guys think Volk has a chance against Islam, who likes who looks like a Terminator right now?
Yes, I think Volk. Again, listen, man, I need to start betting on these fights because my calls are pretty. I said no. I did say Jamal Hill was gonna knock him out, and he should have knocked him out. There was a point in that fight where I was like, "Oh, it's gonna happen." And I think if he would have hit him with one more leg kick, he probably would have. Or head kick, sorry, not leg kick. Head kick. He probably would have put him out. But man, I'm really good at these fights. When Bird told me that, I was like, "You're gonna lose," you know, right? Like immediately when he said he bet on them, I was like, "They're both losing, bro." And I told him that early in the week too. He don't listen to me. So I really think Volk is gonna win. He's pound for pound, right? The last fight, all right. He fought Max Holloway for the 3rd time and put a clinic on Max Holloway, who is regarded as one of the greatest quote unquote boxers, stand-up people in the UFC history. And put on a clinic. And that's after 2 fights where there were wars, and he won both of those. So he like solidified. The only reason Max Holloway got a 3rd fight was because he's Max Holloway. And he's that good. But the other guy won. Volk already won twice. So he beat a legend 3 times. Okay. Korean Zombie, they stopped the fight on the feet because he was just he literally was like, "You sure you want to do this in the 5th round?" And they stopped the fight. Like this guy's on another level right now. And I think the hype of Islam and him being Habib's understudy and the way he finished Charles Oliveira, which was, very, very, it was impressive how he finished Charles Oliveira, especially because Charles Oliveira was on the run. But no, man, Volk is gonna finish him, and people are underestimating because he's short. But I don't think Islam has the experience that that Volk has right now, because Volk's been defending this championship belt for a while. This is gonna be his first title defense, you know? Like, we don't know how it's really gonna affect Islam, which I doubt it will, because he's learning from Habib. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be a good fight though, but definitely see Volk winning that. And I think it's gonna go to decision probably, because I don't think either of them have any quit in them. I don't see if anybody does get knocked out, it's gonna be, I mean, anybody can get knocked out, but I think it would be Islam getting knocked out. If Islam wins, I think he does what he usually does and just out wrestles. But again, some short, stocky guy like that, like, it's not gonna be easy. And Volk's not a small. He's a small guy in terms of like height, but he's built strong, and he's a rugby player. It's not like he hasn't felt brute strength before, you know. So I don't know, man.
Right.
It's gonna be a good fight.
Pain.
Yeah, that's definitely the next card.
So UFC 284 is the next one. Right now, is the fight card set, or is it?
Yeah, it's
let's see. You got Islam versus Alexander Yari Rodriguez versus Josh Emmett. It's a featherweight co-main event. No heavyweights on there, huh?
No.
Justin Tafa versus Parker Porter. It's undercard. Yeah, light heavyweight, a heavyweight. You got a welterweight, featherweight, and then the main event is a lightweight. Okay. So could have some good punchers for sure. Now, are you hosting hopefully fight night for UFC 284?
No, probably not.
No? Okay.
I don't really get Saturdays off unless it's like a crazy big fight. Just because, like at this new job, it's not like when I was at Arby's and I could just get any day off really. But
okay, no.
At this job, since I have Sunday off, they give me. He likes to do back to back days, and Saturdays are really busy. So, and Sundays are too, but I escape Sundays because of this.
Oh, so good.
He's like, thanks. Yeah, you gotta be, you gotta be here Saturday. I was like, all right.
All right. Well, we'll try to coordinate the logistics. Of
I already had. I mean, Tanger's
yeah,
Tanger's probably just gonna do it.
All right, no problem.
I can't rely on you, Llama. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
Let's see.
have to go to the young gun.
Hey, bring in the good-looking guy. Birdie's love interest. I caught like 5 minutes of you guys talking. I think that one late night chat you guys had up. You guys were talking about him.
Yeah, that was actually a fire stream. I wish we had multiple mics set up, honestly, throughout the stream, because like with this mic, I should have plugged it in the other one, but then I couldn't use the mixer. So I tried to I'd never used this mic with like multiple people before, so I had to like really figure that out. But you know, when we did it with Bird, it sounded pretty well. So I was like trying to do the same thing, but I think at like a certain point we were like cutting in and out of the conversation.
It's just tough because the mic will either pick up everything. Like this one has the auto, like it will remove background noise. So somebody's talking over here, it thinks it's background noise and either cuts it or whatever. But yeah, man, we need more than one mic in our setup. So I got the two ready for you when you when you move down. Let's see. Hercules is responding to the embarrassment. He says, one does not simply look at Orlando Bloom as an elf and not call him Bo Daddy. One Bo to rule them all. Our two Lord of the Rings nerds on our chat.
Bo Daddy's crazy.
Bo Daddy. All right, so as we get closer to UFC 284, we'll do some promoing for it. Or we'll even look at some previews. Actually, I saw a pre-show. The Dan Lebitard show did a pre-show like your fight companion, and so I was watching that for a little bit, just because it popped up and it's like, oh, we're doing a pre-watch, and I'm like, ooh, let me watch to see what this looks like. So I had some ideas, so maybe I'll share those with you later. All right, let's see. Do we have anything else in the chat? I don't think we do. Anything going on for you this week, man? Did I miss a topic? Did I miss anything?
No, I don't think so. Just Scream. You said something else. I forgot what it was.
Yeah, I forgot what it was. I my phone's up here, so I can't see it right now. Let's see. Big Rich just joined us. He says, "I called it out. How about them Cowboys?" Eh? And at the end of the day, slaps both hands together.
Yeah, Gabe didn't want to come in the chat for this slander.
No, he did not. I'm sure he's at the bottom of a bottle right now. Why, Dak? Why?
No, so Gabe tweeted out something about Giants fans. So Cinna screenshot that and posted it. That said, I keep receipts.
He is good at that. I'm telling you, he's great at that. Let's see. Hercules says, "Love y'all, brothers. Have a great night, guys. Great show tonight. Thank you, Hercules.
Good night, Mr. Herc."
Yeah, Chad Mom says, hold on. She's shaving her head. I'm assuming she's saying that. Shaving my head on February 1st for childhood cancer research. So donate to that. Really? Honestly, if send me links, I will retweet them and we'll put them on the chat next week. That's awesome. I shave my head every week. I don't give it to cancer, but
he does it for his Make-A-Wish fund.
For my own. Let's see. Good night. Yeah, she's shaving. Yeah, no hair. She's gonna be bald. She's gonna go G.I. Jane on us.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
Exactly. So what I did, Hercules, do not come through the screen and slap me in the face. No, that's honestly, mad respect for Chat Mom for doing that. That's actually a pretty selfless act right there to do that. So that's awesome. So yeah, no, Chat Mom, send me the links. Let me know where to donate. We'll put it up on the channel and we'll put it on the community page and we'll try to raise some money with you. If you have any pictures of like the shaving of the head or whatever, let me put that on the community page and we'll see if we get people to respond.
He wants to put your bald head on his YouTube channel.
I don't want to put the bald head. I want to help her cause. Chat Mom says a fat G.I. Jane. No, I don't think so. Okay, so that's the link right there. I will paste this out. I will send it out to I'll copy this and I'll put it out there to everybody. So for sure, we're going to share that. And that's awesome. That's so awesome that you're doing that. And that's crazy. It's also crazy. So I'm just going to say it that way. Chat Mom says, "Oh, that's nice, dude. Thanks. No problem. Anything for you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are family. So we'll take care of you guys for sure."
Family.
It's like Dominic Toretto says, "We're family." I still have not watched Fast 9. I still can't bring myself to watch it.
Me either.
Anyway, all right. So you have anything you're plugging away this week?
No, man.
No. All right.
I think you did enough plugging for both of us.
I think so. You're a dick.
Nah, I mean, I'm trying to finish school.
I'm enjoying this, man. I'm enjoying this for sure. All right, so guys, so that's it for the Big Llama Show, guys. Join us next Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're trying to support the Big Llama Show, if you're listening to this on the podcast, make sure that you guys subscribe, follow, whatever it tells you to do for your podcast, and then tell people about the Big Llama Show. If you want to support the channel, go to the Big Llama Show on YouTube, the main YouTube channel, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. That's how you can support the Big Llama Show. We have a merch store if you want merch, and we're also going to put the link out to Chat Mom's, doing the cancer benefit. So we're going to put that out there as well. Guys, I am so thankful for this. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. I'm the Big Llama. He's Blackout AD. Thank you for joining us on the Big Llama Show. We'll see you guys next week.
Later, guys. You got pointed to the wrong side.
We're still on the air. We're still he's AD. All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see you later.